Here, the University of Kentucky is the all-time leader in wins in college basketball, and this year they will have a new head coach patrolling the sidelines, John Calipari. Earlier this year, the school lured him away from the University of Memphis and made him the highest-paid college basketball coach in the history of the sport. Coach Cal is out with a new book, Bounce Back, and he joins us now in the studio. Thanks so much for joining us.
Matt.
Let me start by asking you, I spent some time down in Lexington. I'm from Ohio. It's not very far away, and basketball is it down there. I mean, it is huge. On and off the court, what is the pressure like to win?
Well, for us, it'll be what we put on ourselves. We've got to create our own happiness there. Our fans, and I say this in a loving way, they're crazy. They want you to win every game by 30, and they take this serious, and they should, and it's a great thing for the state, but we're going to create our own happiness. There's an expectation we'll have for our team. Obviously, you're at Kentucky. It means win championships. That's what it's about.
But it seems like it must be about more, because Tubby Smith won a championship, and he wasn't able to maintain his hold there. I mean, what do you have to do to survive in this town?
Well, I think they're all temporary jobs. I think we're all temporary, and I think the one thing about the University of Kentucky, 100 years from now, 50 years from now, that seat's still going to be there, and it's still going to be important, and you got to get out into the community and do it. This past week, we went on a book tour, and it was the greatest thing that I was able to go from Pikeville to Paducah to Hazard. I went Owensboro. I went all over 9 different cities and got to talk to the people, got to touch the people, and they're excited about basketball.
You know, your book, Bounce Back, the title could be used for so many people involved in college basketball right now. I wonder if you'd have any advice for the former Kentucky coach, Billy Gillispie. He got a DUI. I mean, outside of his legal wranglings with UK, do you have any advice for the guy?
Here's what I would say. This book is not a sports book. This book is more of an uplifting book. This book is, it's not about me and my life. There's some situations in there that I've had to overcome. And what this book does is give you a roadmap, a plan. About a year and a half ago, I started talking on Bounce Back. My old business talk when I'd go coach teams and from different companies would be building a championship organization. Now it went to Bounce Back. It resonated. I had people hugging me. I had people with tears in their eyes. This thing is more about thinking different. It's not, it's how I coach my team. You're not thinking the right way. You got to change your whole dynamic of what you're thinking and where you want to go. That's what this book is about.
Is there any help in there for Rick Pitino? He's had his own struggles now down in Louisville, and obviously coming from Lexington, it must be an interesting it must be an interesting situation to be in for the two of you.
The people in the city of Lexington still think highly of Coach Pitino because he coached there. He won national title there. He had a great run at Kentucky, and we all wish him well, except when he plays us. We're hoping we win big. And I was starting to tell me how big this Louisville game is around the state, that it's important to the state. But, again, this thing, if anybody reads it, will understand it's not a sports book. It wasn't devised for that. And I'm not, the book isn't to have people feel sorry for me. I've been blessed. The setbacks that I've overcome on a 1 to 10 scale, other people can look and say what I've overcome, and you're right. And if they look at it, they'll say that plan of how to step out, because there's a grieving process anytime your world is rocked, whether it's job loss or whether it's retirement or a breakup of a family or a death in the family. That grieving process, you have to start and understand it's normal and move on, and then start to think different and not be afraid to dream big and go for it like you once did.
All right, we'll look forward to watching your team play. Good luck in recruiting. Thanks so much for stopping by, Coach.